of Splendors where gold streets gleam. A healer's dream turns to a wild new scheme. With scalpels traded for daggers and scrolls, they're patching up wounds and knocking out trolls. From potions to patience, they've seen it all. But dragons and devils, that's a new call. They're the Clinicians of Chaos, rolling dice and rewriting charts, dodging fireballs and mending hearts. They're the Clinicians of Chaos, magic and medicine, sword and sass. Grab your kit and your courage, 'cause this shift's gonna kick your...
And welcome to episode 3 of Waterdeep Dragon Heist. So after leaving the warmth of the yawning portal, the party generally descended into the misty warrens of the dock ward, following whispers of Flun Blackmail's disappearance. They first stopped at old Zoblob's curiosity shop, and inside the purple haze and cluttered odysseys bartered for a broken spyglass that revealed invisible writing when they peered through it, and a jar of pungent healing balm that may or may not tingle before it works. Then the trail led them to the grimy tavern known as the Skewered Dragon, where Morlin Two Fists Darrick, ever the shady opportunist, traded some information for a slab of well-butchered troll meat. And between drinks, confirmed that Flun was dragged off to a local Zentarim hideout in a warehouse on Candle Lane nearby. And with that, the party made their way to Candle Lane, where they were met with Lustrous, who has been doing some business at the Scribes Guild. And they are standing under a flickering, a single flame in a glass cage, casting long shadows along the cobblestones, working out how to get into this warehouse.
I go, Lustrous, thank you for joining us. Kavrak and I were just discussing before you arrived that we could go up on the second floor, go through the window. Less likely to be swamped.
Oh, yeah. Hi, everyone. What a great idea.
Yeah, dibs on throwing the elf through the window.
Phelan looks a little bit surprised, but doesn't object.
Okay, so where would you want to go?
So,
can we see any, like trapdoors or hidden doorways or anything like that?
So you can see, let's go for a bit of a wander. You can see as you come down the side of this alley, what appears to be a sort of a big 4-door loading dock that opens into this warehouse. So there appears to be a yard with some wagons, and then this sort of big 4-door loading dock. The front of this building is largely boarded up. You can't really see anything. There is a second floor, and again, the window appears to be shuttered.
So Morgan has a look around to see whether there's any whether there's any convenient ways of climbing up to the window on the second floor without being detected. So rock walls, trees, that sort of stuff.
Okay, roll investigation.
Okay. My favorite. There's investigation. It's not a natural one.
This is a stone wall. You reckon it's probably climbable, maybe? But there appear to be doors. You'd think that made much more sense.
Are there any guards we can see outside?
This lane at the moment appears to be largely deserted. That you can't see anybody around at the moment at all.
And how high up are the windows?
It's a pretty standard height building, so probably the ground floor's about 10 foot tall, and then there appears to be another floor on top of that. So, the whole height of the building's just over 25, 30 foot.
Can we get Kavrak to throw the small elf up through the window?
No.
What if he stands on my
I
shoulders?
mean, if someone can give me some rope, I might have rope. I could
Oh, I've got
if
rope
I
in
can
my
get through
back
the window.
pocket. 50 feet of hemp rope.
Oh, that's right.
But
Yeah.
that's
Well, if you
just-
can give
you
me the
want a
rope, then
rope.
I can throw it down if I get in the window. When I get in the window.
Do you want to stand on my shoulders, or
Yeah. I trust
maybe
you.
Morgrim's? He's a bit taller.
Morgrim is probably more effective at actually climbing the wall. Despite all appearances, Kavrak is actually stronger than Morgrim.
True. That's all right. I will let the elf on my shoulders.
I can just imagine Morgrim standing on Kavrak's shoulders, though.
Well, we could do a totem pole with me on top.
Good.
That would
Yeah, I am
work.
quite strong.
Who'd like the 50-foot hemp rope?
I could probably take it if no one else wants to go through the window.
So
Just to
I'm
be clear,
going.
would we fit through
Sure,
that
here
window?
it is.
Thank you.
I'm going to hand Phelan the whisper coin as he goes there, so that if he if he sees something that he doesn't want to alert the whole street to, he can whisper it back to Spice-Hat.
Oh, how does that remind me how that one works?
The whisper coin works by comes in pairs. Which Spice-Hat's got the other one? Hold it to your lips. The other person within 60 feet of you can hear your words in their ear. It is a one use. It can carry 6 words, 1 use item, or recharges at dawn.
Great.
Okay. Where is this window?
Okay, what's the plan? So the window would be above there.
Cool. I guess let's move around there, Phelan.
Mm-hmm.
So
Sweet.
I'm going to work to stabilize Kavrak and or Phelan to try and prevent falls. As
Yeah.
False
Phelan,
prevention is key.
falls prevention is key. OHS, you know the drill.
If Julia and if Lustrous and Spears
We can be around
stay on
too.
lookout.
Yeah, we can look out.
Okay, so who's at the bottom of this cheerleader pyramid? Okay,
Not
and who's
Phelan.
the next?
Me.
Who's the next layer of the cheerleader pyramid? How many layers? How many people are in the cheerleader tower?
Do we need
I'm
3?
not going
2 or
to
3?
attempt. I'm
How
not going to
many do we
attempt to
need?
actually stand on Kavrak's shoulders. More support them so that they don't fall
Okay.
over. We're going
can
for
take
Okay,
it. Do
so
it.
Kavrak's at the
not a
bottom.
totem pole.
Okay, so Kavrak is at the bottom with Morgrim as a sort of buttress. And who's on top of Kavrak?
Me, Phelan.
Phelan. Okay, so Kavrak needs to do athletics with advantage because you're a supported buttressed bottom floor, and Phelan needs to do athletic acrobatics, depending on how you're
Acrobatics
intending
it
to
is.
get in through this window. Acrobatics. Okay.
Acrobatically.
I
Yep.
only rolled 10.
Ooh. 17.
Was that with advantage?
It was with advantage.
And a 17 acrobatics.
Yes. I'm spry.
Yep, it's a good job. Because this is a shaky tower. So the tower is wobbling. Kavrak's knees. He was not expecting to be doing some heavy lifting this afternoon, but you have managed to get through the top floor, and you are now in this small room at the top of, through this window, looking out at all your friends in the street below. It looks like it was probably an office. There's a desk, a chair, there's some bare shelves, and it looks like above the door is a big steel bell.
Ooh.
That's connected to the door.
Is it I don't have any. Is there like a string connecting it to the door or something that could be cut?
You can't see the connection on this side. It looks like it goes through a small hole in the wall, but you would anticipate that if this door is opened, that bell's going to ring.
Okay, I'm going to table that for now and approach the table and tie the rope to the leg.
Okay.
Unless anyone pushes him out of the way, Morgan will go straight up the rope when it comes down.
I mean, my legs still hurt, so go ahead.
Do I need to make a check
so
to tie it to the table?
No, but they need to make a straight athletics check to climb it.
I'll throw it out the window so they can climb.
Okay.
So athletics check, anybody who's climbing up this rope?
Oh no, that's a 2.
Oh no.
All my rolling is
18 for spear sight. Oh no, with advantage 21.
Oh, it's no advantage, but 18 is fine. So you watch Morgrim hold this rope and jump up and then just slide gently down to the bottom. It looks like me in gym class when I was about 7. Spearsight, push him out the way, and you just shimmy up this rope. Hand over hand, feet going up like a monkey, no problem at all. Straight through the window.
I rolled a 9.
Oh, Kavrak, you're struggling. You got a little bit higher than Morgrim before but those legs are just not doing it for you. Just slide back down. So Morgrim and Kavrak are down back at the bottom of the rope.
Morgrim turns to Kavrak and goes, "This is slightly embarrassing. Would you like me to help you, or would you like to help me first?"
Oh, it can give you a boost.
Lustrous, are you going to try and climb this rope?
Yes, I'm going to try and climb it. I'll throw the dice, I guess.
Yeah, so if you go to your character sheet and then you click the -1 on athletics. That's the one.
13.
You get up there with it. You get up there without too much of a trouble at all. You approach it, having seen these 2 burly gentlemen slide down this rope unsuccessfully. You approach it a little bit cautiously and tuck the parchment and the quill and the ink. Make sure everything's secure in your belt, and then just straight up this rope, no problem at all.
Oh, that's
What do you
good.
think, Morgan? This reeks of magic, I swear.
Yeah, I agree. It's definitely got something suspicious going on, but we have to face the unknown together.
Together, brother. Together.
If you want to try and pull them up, you could try and pull them up, which would give them athletics with advantage if you wanted to help. But it is quite entertaining just watching them sort of jumping and sliding down this rope.
Can I wait, Morgan? How much do you weigh?
I'm tall but fairly spry. I didn't get on the scales this morning, so I couldn't give an exact answer.
Because I'm about 100 kilos.
I don't have good ways of estimating weight.
Yeah.
Medicine me knows that if I'm 7 foot tall, then I'm going to be heavy, regardless of how light I may be.
No, I was just wondering who boosts who while they're pulling.
I think either is going to be embarrassing. I'll help pull you up when I get there. I'm also, above the table, I've got strength of 10. So,
Any of the three characters, so Lustrous, Phelan,
I can
and,
help. I've got a strength of
Spearsight.
13.
Nice. Any of the three of you upstairs can roll a perception check to see if you can hear anything. So you're in this room up on the first floor. And any of you can try and help pull these guys up, which would give them advantage on their athletics.
I got an 8 for perception.
Yeah. You think you hear the skittering of some rats, which wouldn't be particularly uncommon for a place like this.
Oh, as everyone comes up the rope, I hold my tongue. Sorry, this is my finger. I hold my finger to my lips and I point at the bell above the door to let them know.
My strength check was 20 plus 1.
Okay, so with a 21, you absolutely start hauling these two from the bottom.
Are we just
so
hugging
you've got
each
these
other
two
on the
big
rope?
burly.
Yeah.
With a 21, Spearsight manages to pull both Morgrim and Gavrak at the same time, pulling them off the rope, one-handed, just going, oh, for goodness sake. Athletics.
Cabrak refuses to make eye contact with Spearsight. Just stares at a wall.
Whereas Morgrim's more got an expression of horror. This girl is able to do this. I'm impressed, but horrified at the same time.
You sort of, as you come up over the ledge on this rope and discover that not three, not even two, but one person is single-handedly reeling you in like fish, and that person is Spearsight.
You're welcome.
When I get there and see the Zentarum desk, I would like to examine the desk using the broken spyglass specifically to see if there's any signs of invisible writing or blackmail material that I could blackmail the Zentarum with.
Okay, investigation.
Because that's worked so well for me. Yeah, it's a 6 minus 1 is 5. No. I can't really kettle tell.
The only thing that you can see is what appears to be some sort of scratching of KA and then a heart, and then an RB. And then when you move the spyglass out of the way, it's just scratched there. So it wasn't invisible either. But there doesn't appear to be any invisible writing here.
And no,
does anyone want to open the desk? I mean, is there like a shelf in it, or?
It's a plain wooden plank. There doesn't seem to be anything on it. There are two doors in this room. There's the door to the south, which is the one with the bell across it, and then there's a door just behind Phelan there on the west wall that doesn't appear obviously to be alarmed.
Should we try and go have a look at that, examine that door that's not alarmed, and see if we can go through that one?
That's an option. Morgrim also wants to see whether there's any space between the bell and the rope before it goes through the thing that he could jimmy a knife in and cut it without setting the alarm.
Roll.
Sleight
It
of
would
hand?
be investigation, or you could. Yeah, I'm happy to take sleight of hand.
So I'll take sleight of hand then,
Mhm.
and that'll be a 10.
You think as you look at this, you think that you can probably just get it. You're not sure what's on the other side, so you don't know whether this is weighted. So is there something on the other side that's just going to drop to the ground and crash? But you think you could probably release this rope off the bell. You think that's certainly doable.
I'll turn to the others and say, look, we can go through the one that we don't know if it's trapped, or we can try and get the one they think is safe. What do you want to do?
Should we go for the one that might be safe?
Yes, let's do that.
Okay.
Yes.
Because
The one without the bell? Yeah.
yeah, like I trust
So
you,
that's
brother, but
this.
But I've been doing awfully today.
you and me both.
So that's this one.
Yes.
If you try the door handle, that door doesn't appear to be locked. That door appears to be open.
Cool.
Or it
So
appears to
wants
be
to go
open, but it's not locked.
Phelan, you're near the door. Do you want to go first, or do you want me to?
I'm
we
happy to
send
go
the very
first.
strong girl.
We could send a very strong girl.
I can go first. If you two are too scared to go first.
Oh, well, now I have to go first.
Phelan isn't cowed by threats to his masculinity.
Kavrak
He
definitely
stands
is.
back.
All right, I'll go.
Gavrak. Okay. So you open this door, and as you any light, I'll put some light in. As you move into the next room, there you go. You see what appears to be a dead body bleeding on the ground, and you see a large number of rats moving in around it. Let me just. You don't think. There we go. That. I don't know why you haven't got vision there. You should have, but anyway. You don't think that. Let me just open this up so you can see it more easily. There we go. There we go. There you go. That makes life a bit easier. So you can see there's doors on the far side, and you can see a dead body and a large collection of rats that are currently eating this dead body.
How many rats are we talking?
Are a swarm of rats, a good number
Are
of rats, and as you walk in,
they dangerous to us?
They look like they would come and eat you as well as eating this dead body. They turn and look at Kavrak as he walks in and start moving in your direction.
I will light
if
my
you're staying
torch.
here, I would roll initiative.
Okay.
Morgrim's going to follow in straight away, and
Yep.
if the rats are going to start making like if they look like they're going to come and attack us, I will absolutely roll initiative to attack them first.
Phelan's going to follow through too.
Okay. All right. Roll for
Spearsight will
initiative.
follow.
And Lustrous will follow on.
Okie dokie. So Kavrak 14. Fail a 9.
Oh, I got 9. I thought that was a 1. It was a 7 plus 2.
Almost joined the club.
I
Spearsight's
have got a
16.
17 plus 5 for me. 22.
22. And Lustrous?
I was looking for initiative. Where
It is at the top of your character sheet. It's usually right at the top. Depends how big the sheet is, to be honest.
If you're on your phone,
it's
it's
next
at
to
the top
your. If you're on your computer, it's next to your armor class, so next to the shield. As an initiative, it'll have a +3 in it.
Oh, there it is. Okay. 13.
Sorry, noisy children. Okay, Morgrim, you're up first. Spearsight on deck, then Kavrak, then Lustrous, then the rats, if they're still alive, then Phelan.
So Kavrak
Hey, guys.
is going. So Morgrim is going to have a look at the rats and then take a look over his shoulder at Spearsight and say, "You like to make things burn, right?" And he's going to get a one of the jars of oil he has strapped to one of his bandoliers and attempt to douse them with oil in the hope that this causes, lots of them to combust soon. So dousing a creature, they're within 20 feet of me. Target makes a dexterity saving throw, which will be 13, or be covered in oil.
That's a nat 1. So nat 1, so that would be a fail for the rats.
Yes. I am then going to. I don't know. I don't want to get close to them because I expect them to burn soon. I don't think there's anything extra that I can do with my bonus action apart from hit things at level 1. So I'm just going to stand there, wait till they come.
Do you have a torch?
Yes, I do have a torch. I'll get a torch out as well with my bonus action then, so that I'm holding a torch in my left hand.
Okay, no worries. Okay. Spearsight, you're up.
Yeah.
And the rats. Yep, that's fine. You could.
Yeah, and
the rats
I'm
are
going
covered in oil.
Finally, going to use my firebolt at the rats. And we
Use your
get
firebolt at the rats.
Too close.
9.
Your firebolt misses the rats, unfortunately, but does ignite some of the oil that's trailing on the floor. So this bit here with the spider's web in it is now the floor is on fire, but the rats currently aren't, unfortunately.
Need more target
They are
practice.
very oily.
And that's it. I don't have a bonus action to use.
Okay. Kavrak, you're up.
In one turn, can I light a torch? Because I have a torch and a tinderbox, and then throw it.
Yep.
You could potentially move forward and light the torch on the burning part of floor.
Oh, the tinderbox. Yeah, I could do that too.
Or the torch that you already hold. Like the floor's on fire. Move forward and
yes.
light the torch on fire.
Good point. I will do that.
Okay, so you walk forward and put your torch on the ground, and Spearsight's firebolt and Morgrim's oil lights your torch. That's just movement,
Okay.
free object interaction.
Okay, I'd like to throw this at the mess of oil and rat.
Okay, give me a ranged attack. Or at that range, you can do melee attack and just whack the rats with it and let go if you want to.
Okay. Oh god, 10.
Hits the rats just. It's a hard-won thing. The torch comes down and the rats scatter, but you do actually manage to make contact with some flaming rats. So now the rats are upset and on fire. So you could just roll an unarmed attack for bludgeoning damage, and then we'll do some fire damage.
Oh, hang on. Where's it going?
Yeah.
This is 4.
Yeah. Okay. So you've done 4 damage, and now the rats are on fire, and they are screeching. They'll take fire damage at the start of their turn, and they are not happy. There's a lot of shrieking going on now. Lustrous, you are any other action? So that's movement.
I'm just gonna
free object interaction.
one movement.
Yep.
I'm just going to put myself in front of Spearside.
Okay, so you stand across this dead body next to these flaming rats that are now scattered all over this room. Excellent. Okay. Lustrous, you are up.
Well, I was looking at my possible skills and I'm thinking maybe animal handling might be handy here. If I can throw on animal handling and convince the rats to just run away and set fire to the whole building or something.
Oh god.
Okay.
That was our original plan.
Okay, with 13 in animal handling, about 5 of this horde of rats just start ricocheting off all over the place. So they go back through this door over here, and they disappear off through this door over here. So you've sort of cut about a third of this flailing rats are just running around setting fire to everything in these offices under command. Okay. Anything else you'd like to do? So
I think
action.
I can move. I can move somewhere. Yep. I'll move over near is it Kavrak?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
No worries. It's the turn of the flaming rats. Okay, so the flaming rats are going to take some fire damage because they're going to have to take some fire damage. Okay, so the flaming rats take 4 fire damage at the start of their turn, and a couple of them fall off the back of this swarm, looking very crispy. You could maybe have barbecued rats later, but they're going to turn and try and bite Kavrak because he's closest. With an 11, which I think misses. So 11 to hit Kavrak.
My armor class is 15.
So they miss. I mean, these frenzied, fiery rats are just swarming all around you with these teeth that just miss completely. So we are down to Phelan.
Phelan's going to come through, and he's going to stand behind. What does he want to do? I don't know if I want to try and punch flaming rats. Yeah, I think I'll stay there just out of the doorway, and then I'm going to pull out one of my light hammers and throw it at the rats.
Nice.
Please don't hit me.
17.
It hits the rats.
And
they're not as fast as they once were. Now their legs are burning off.
5 damage.
Okay. Almost all of these rats are now either bludgeoned or burnt to a crisp. These rats are near dead. And we are, unless you're going to do anything else, we are back to the top of the order. Morgrim.
So Morgrim is going to look at them slightly cautiously, but move forward and take a hand axe that he has on his belt, and for this sort of occasion when he doesn't actually want to touch things, and sort of try and belt them with the back of the hand axe, just to try and sort of like smack them as they come close. So that would be I'm going to roll unarmed strike because it's the same as it's a martial arts weapon. And that's an at 20 for my main attack.
Nice.
So that
Roll
gives me
damage.
2 plus 3. So that is 8 damage on my first attack.
Okay.
And then I'm going to kick one that comes close as my bonus action. Try and belt it into the wall away from me. Unarmed strike, but only an 8. Too cautious about burning my shoes, you see.
Okay, so describe how you hand axe martial arts the remaining flaming rats that are in here to death. Morgrim,
I said, I mean, in my left hand I've got a torch, in my right hand I've got a hand axe, which I'm not trying to do the sharp end, but more sort of the back end to not make a mess. And I'm just basically whacking them with baseball bats towards the back wall to keep them away from us.
Okay, you quite happily obliterate these remaining rats. The rats that ran off into the other 2 rooms, screeching, have set fire to some papers. So there's some gentle blazing in 2 rooms. These 2 rooms here, where they've gone in and set some bits and pieces on fire, but you appear to be out of initiative. You've also made quite a lot of noise, so you can roll a perception check. After cleverly and quietly cutting the bell, you've not been stealthy in the rat attack. So you
Perception.
Yeah.
13.
Perception will give me a 12.
24.
Okay. With a 19 for Kavrak and a 24 for Phelan, you can hear voices coming up through the floorboards. Leave no witnesses. Leave no witnesses. And you can hear voices talking underneath the floor here.
I would like to try and put out any document fires before they become slightly bigger than that, personally. And meanwhile, I'm looking for Blackmail documents as I'm here as well, so I'll look for that as I try and put out any fires so they don't become big and cause problems for us later.
I'm gonna.
That's fine. You can roll some investigation, see if you find anything.
And while he does that, I'm just going to retrieve my hammer.
I'm going to position myself near that door that's going to open soon.
Investigation is 3, so I'm sure I don't find anything, but do I put out the fires?
You put out the fires.
Excellent.
Okay, does anybody else want to have a look around before you go trying to work out what else is in this warehouse?
I would like to have a look at the query dead person to see if he is in fact dead.
Well, he's certainly now singed because he
Has
was.
not a rat eaten off his arm?
Yeah, he's got half an arm that's been gnawed off, and then he was sort of underneath the oil and has been set on fire a bit. So he's certainly the worst for wear. You have a look at this guy. You can roll medicine if you want to.
Ooh, I'm good at that. In the game. 13.
And you think that the stab wound in this man's chest was probably the original cause of death, and the rats were a post-mortem event rather than the other way around. You also notice that this particular man has a tattoo of a winged serpent on his upper arm.
Oh. I thought they were the people that were in control of this place. I point out the tattoo to everyone.
I suspect we might be the second group to arrive today.
Are the other two bloody corpses in the picture real, or are they figments of our overactive imagination?
This one's a figment of your figment of your overactive imagination. This one's a corpse.
Uh-huh.
And anybody else who wants to look around and see if they can find anything in here is welcome to do so.
I'll turn to Phelan and say, "You seem to be good with them. There's another one back here. Do you want to go and see if it's the same cause of death?"
Sure thing. I take a look.
Meanwhile, Spearsight will try and have a look around.
Nat 20 on the medicine check.
So with a 25 on a medicine check, this chap also appears to have been stabbed. So the medicine's not too difficult, but you notice the armor's different. So this man's wearing leather armor, whereas the other guy was almost unarmored. He has a tattoo, but he has a tattoo of what appears to be a circle with spokes coming out of it on his hand.
Does Phelan point this out to me?
Yep.
So I look at the tattoo and compare it to my coin. Does it look the same?
No.
Cool. I put the coin back away and sort of shrug and move on.
Okay. Anybody else doing any investigation? So Morgrim got a 3. Anybody else looking around?
Let me have a.
I'm happy to. I could do some investigation. I
got a
could
4.
throw a perception to see if I can hear what they're saying. But
so perception allows you to listen or to have a look around. So with a 20 on perception, you can hear people talking on the floor beneath. You can't hear clearly what they're saying, but there's no time to clean up, you hear, and then lots of chatter. There appear to be 3 or 4 different voices talking downstairs is what you get from that. If you want to have a look around and see if there's anything to find in here, then you need to roll an investigation. If you're searching
can I
through
throw
the
that
desks.
too?
Yeah.
What? I'll throw that too. I'll just clear off the last one and then throw in.
No, it's all right. Oh, on yours, yeah.
5.
5. You see some papers. You don't see anything particularly interesting on a 5. Kavrak on a 13. You find 2 things. You find a note. It looks like a ledger, a sort of crumpled a note of a sort of crumpled edges. It looks like a sort of handwritten ledger. It's got crate, steel blade, 6 units, and then it's got package, token, Luskan contact, and that's about it. The rest of it's just all burnt away.
I'll hand it to Morgrim and ask if that's what he's looking for.
I could definitely use. I am thinking maybe we can blackmail these people with pollen or something to get something useful information later. You can come with me. He wanted to speak to you.
Okay. There's the other thing you find is that there's a sort of a bit of a fragment of a map that you recognise as of the dock ward. And there's a circle around the skewered dragon. There's a circle around Old Zoblob's shop. And then there's a circle around Dock 13.
Kabrak is still confused and just puts
you've
the
got-
piece of
you've
paper
got-
in his pocket.
Yeah, you've got a couple of fairly random pieces of paper. And then the third
can
thing
I-
you find is possibly... Yeah, go on.
Oh no, yeah,
the
I'll
third
wait for
thing
the third thing.
Okay, the third thing you find is something that you would recognise. You've never had one, but this is something called a paper bird. And this is a magical item. Lustrous would recognise this if you showed it to her. You can write a message of 50 words or fewer and speak the creature's name, and the parchment will fold into a tiny origami paper bird and fly to the person that you have named. So it's they have to be on the same plane of existence, otherwise it just turns into ash. While it's flying, it has 1 hit point, so they're pretty easy to take out of the air if you know that there is one, and it's got flying speed of 60 feet. It's immune to poison, which is useful because it's a piece of paper, but it's pretty vulnerable to fire, and it's lucky to have survived. So you've effectively got a message to one person, 50 words. So you write down whatever you want to write and then name the person you want to send it to. And if it doesn't get knocked out the air, set on fire.
I'll hand that to Lustrous for safekeeping. And then I'll position myself in the room to the right, just near the doorway with my great axe out.
And seeing as I've finished my investigation, I'll be standing with Kabrak ready to go into the next area.
Okay.
Did
So
I actually
the only way...
disarm the alarm, or did we just talk about disarming the alarm? Because if we didn't...
No, you've disarmed the alarm. You've also made a load of noise, but you disarmed the alarm.
Of course.
Was the information about the bird made? Do we know that, or was it just?
I'm quite happy that you can have come across those, so I will drop that for you in the chat so that you've got the details.
Great. Phelan's just going to say, if we have trouble finding this Flume guy, do we think we could try and send the bird to him
and follow it?
Do we know the magic phrase though?
Just his name.
Just his name. So you write your message, and then you say where you want it to go, to whom you want it to go, and then it folds itself into a tiny little origami bird.
What will we tell him?
Let's go through the door first.
Yeah,
let's have
a
a
good backup.
here first. Good backup.
Well, that's what I was going to propose. If Phelan's hearing holds out, we wait till they're just about on the other side of the door and we kick the door in.
But we don't know if they're going to leave. And we don't know whether they're going to silence Flume because they can't, they're running out of time and mentioned being unable to do it. I'm a bit concerned. And I would vote for opening the door and charging through with, you as backup to slice anything that comes near.
Fair enough. I still don't know who Flume is, but let's do it.
Flume is who we're trying to save.
He's the Polo's friend.
Place down.
Yeah, Flume's why you're here. Yeah. So as you come out of this door, which doesn't make any kind of a alarm, you're on the corner of this top floor, of this first floor. You can see a staircase off to the west, going down to the floor below. And as you look around this sort of mezzanine level, you can just see dead bodies scattered all over this floor, so 5 or 6 corpses. Nobody appears to be moving, but there does appear to have been one big fight up here.
I am getting progressively more concerned, not only about not being able to hear Flume, but also about being caught and framed for for the murder of all these people. So I propose to people that we get a move on, have a look, see if there's anyone else living in here, take them out if they are, find Flume, and if there's nothing else, we get out before they can pin anything on us.
And set fire to it.
Sure.
Sounds good.
Okay.
So that's the plan. So
That's
so I assume from that you're heading for the staircase.
Unless we can see anything up here, we'll head for the staircase.
Okay. So you can't see anything other than sort of dead bodies along here. So you head across to this staircase, which is over there. There we go. As you look down, you can see the floor below. You know that there were voices down there. All you can see at the moment as you look down are other dead bodies. You can't see in the bit of the area that you're looking at anyone else.
I'll attempt to go down the stairs quietly and look around. So as not to make myself obvious, but go down quietly to look.
Okay. Are you going down first? What order is everybody else coming in? Down this staircase.
I'll follow.
Okay. Okay.
How high is this floor from the ground?
Oh, it's 10, 15 foot. As you go down, there's a couple of things you see at the bottom of this staircase. As you look around at the bottom of this staircase, you can see 4 what appear to be hooded figures standing behind stacks of crates and blood-slicked furniture. They're short, hunched, draped in these sort of hooded cloaks, and they've got what appears to be oil black beaks, sharp and pointed, and twitching eyes. Each one of them's holding a short sword, and they're just looking at you at the bottom of this staircase.
Do they look intelligent or obviously aggressive?
They are currently all standing ready with short swords drawn, watching you at the bottom of this. They appear to be as close to an ambush as it would be possible to get in this room.
I look over my shoulder and say, look, normally I would ask them if they know where our friend is, but I'm not a very convincing person.
Can any of us speak bird?
And you could try and talk to the birds.
Lustrous, you're up.
I'm curious to know what these beings have to tell us.
One
But
of them goes,
I wonder if they're standing about with their swords drawn, should I just simply start fighting them? That's my dilemma.
this voice comes back at you. Should you start fighting them? Should you start fighting them? And then in a deep voice with this sort of heavy accent, Xanathar sends his regards, from the same one. And then another one in this very sort of thin voice, tie him up in the back room, tie him up, tie him up.
Mm.
And then
The birds mock us. Attack!
Yes. Well, I've got a short bow, a short sword.
Roll for initiative.
But with this short bow, I can really only potentially strike one or two of them.
Roll for initiative.
23.
7.
Okay.
8.
Go for it.
4.
Oh, God.
Suicide. Valen. 4. Lustrous initiative.
I'm not saying where initiative is. Oh, there it is. Got it.
That's the one.
13.
Nice. Okay, Morgrim, you are up first.
So their short swords, do they have any obvious ranged weapons that I can see easily?
You can only see they're all armed with short swords as far as you can tell.
Sweet. Okay, so I'm going to pull one of the bowlers at my belt out and throw it towards, with my action, the one which is apart from all the others behind me.
Yep.
DC
Yep.
13 save. If it fails, it's restrained.
Strength save.
Dex.
Dex. Okay. That's a 20. Put that up. Yeah.
So Morgan sort of, shrugs at that, but goes in the opposite direction towards the furthest south on the map. Just a second, I'll intend to go like there.
Okay.
And bonus action, punch the bird in the face.
Punch the bird.
And that's a 12.
That misses.
That's me.
Okay. It's their go. Okay, so this one is going to attack the one that is nearest to you. Is going to attack with its blade with an 8, so that misses.
That'll be a miss.
That is a miss. And this one is going to also come down and do the same. That's a crit.
That hits.
Put that up for the sake of showing you. Yeah.
Ouch!
So that's 12 damage.
Fortunately, the soup that we had before we came here is still invigorating me, but
It is.
that strike took a lot of that invigoration out of me. So 12 minus 5 is 7. That leaves me on 4. I go, oh, I'm hurting.
TPK in the first battle. That's what we like. This one is going to come over to the bottom of the stairs, and this one is going to come over to the bottom of the stairs and go. And they're both just going to hold their short swords at you at the bottom of the stairs and go, "Just get at the boss! No time to loot this place!" And we will move on. So that's their turn. Lustrous, you are up.
Can I please clarify, am I supposed to be fighting these beings or joining with them to save their master?
Whatever you think. You can't see their master at all. You can see 4 beings, 2 of which have just nearly killed Morgrim. Is what's
right.
immediate.
Perhaps I should then fight them. So I will throw a throw to fight them with the short sword.
Okay, which one do you want to go for? The nearest one to you is
the nearest one. Nearest one,
okay.
15.
Yep. Okay, 15 hits. So you can roll damage with your sword.
Oh, damage. Hang on. I'll just look for the damage part. Wherever it is.
It will be next to where you've rolled to hit, usually. So it's a +5 to hit, and then next to it, it's 1d6 +3. If you hit that, yeah, that should roll your damage.
6.
Yeah. Excellent. You also get to roll sneak attack because it's in
sneak attack.
Combat with because it's in combat with other people.
2.
So that's 8 in total.
8.
Yeah. So this one's gone from being, pretty confident to bloodied in one hit. So good job. Okay. That's your turn. Bonus action. Spear sight.
Okay.
And then Kevrak.
She's going to move over to the one that almost killed Morgrim.
Yep.
And then 2 daggers appear out of her sleeves, one in each hand.
Mm-hmm.
And with the one in her right hand, she's going to attack. 21.
Hits.
And damage 3.
Good stuff.
And then I'm going to use my bonus action, the 2 weapon fighting.
Yep.
So with my other dagger, I will attack that one.
Yep.
19.
Hits.
Damage 3.
This one is also now bloodied. So that's action, bonus action. Kavrak.
You're muted.
You're muted.
I'm going to rage.
Wow. Nice.
Sorry, I'm going to rage. Right, I'm going to rage. Because that's all I can repeat now. I'm going to... Yeah, I've already got my great axe out. The one sitting straight in front of me, I'm going to strike.
Yep.
20.
Hits.
And then... Where's it? Get to roll the attack twice. Ah, that's awful. I'll take 9 damage.
That one goes down.
I behead it with my axe and hold up its stupid crow head to show all the other mocking birds.
Roll intimidation with advantage.
$12.
You see this one that's currently between Spearsight and Morgrim, that's already really hurt, goes in a sort of female high-pitched voice, "Don't kill me! I don't know anything!" And then this one over the other side of Phelan goes, Please, I have family. I have family. Please, I have family.
Kabrak responds, I will cook you all and eat you.
Oh.
With that, it's Phelan's turn.
Oh.
Morgan looks
Phelan's
like he's
gonna-
considering this cooking idea, despite being hurt, he's thinking, you know what? I think you're onto something.
It's roast chicken tonight, my friend.
Phelan's going to attack the one next to him. Am Am I still slightly on the stairs, or? Oh, you're muted.
Sorry. You can be at the bottom of the stairs. That's fine.
Okay,
I just
I
left
will
everybody there.
punch him. And a 13 to hit.
Hits.
Excellent. That is 4 damage. And then I'm going to bonus action unarmed strike.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's 10 to hit.
Misses.
Yeah. That's me.
Okay. Back to the top of the order, Morgrim.
So Morgrim is he's not, he's feeling not well, but he looks at the birds around him. He looks at the one that looks bloodied, and decides to just go for it, and he's going to do a kick to the bird's head, trying to miss the beak. But with a 1, I think I get it.
Yep. You skewer your foot like on a very sharp Lego piece onto this bird's beak. It's like a giant splinter. Take another 1 damage from attacking yourself with the bird's beak. So you're now hopping on 1 foot with your other foot impaled on this bird's face.
In that case,
which will give it disadvantage.
I'm going to draw on some of my martial arts training from when I was a kid, a karate kid, and do the do that sort of kick where he sort of jumps up and kicks him in the head and then goes back on the same foot. That's the bonus action.
Yep.
And my karate kid pass gives me a 15.
Your karate kid pass, although you're pained and bleeding heavily, does hit. You unimpale your own foot.
Be 5 damage.
Okay. You take out that one. That one goes down.
I don't want to move away and get an opportunity attack because I won't survive that. So I just sort of stay there, nursing my foot on 1 leg.
Okay. So we've got 2 left. This one is going to have a swipe at you. Which is a 12 to hit.
12 misses.
Damn it. And the other one is going to try and attack Phelan. I think that also misses with a 12. It's 7.
It does.
Terrible. So they both miss. Lustrous, you are up. There are two left up. There's this one over here and this one down here.
I'll attack the nearest one then.
That would be that one.
That's the one near the stairs, near the bottom of the stairs.
So that would be a short
attack.
sword attack, and you get
Yes.
sneak attack.
So I'll do short sword, which gives
Misses.
me 10.
That misses with a 10. Yeah.
And
So you swing at it. You swing at it, but that misses. That doesn't hit.
What a shame. Then I do
Unfortunately.
sneak attack.
So you
And
can
I
only
get-
do sneak attack, when you hit.
Oh,
It's
never
extra
mind.
damage. So unfortunately,
I
that
missed.
one missed. Yeah,
Can I do anything else, or am I
not
out?
on this turn. No, not on this turn. I don't think.
Okay.
Do you have a dagger or
spear
something in
sight.
your pack? Because you would be able to, could she bonus action dual wield a dagger potentially?
I do have a dagger.
Yes, you could.
So if you pull out the dagger in your offhand, you could bonus action. dual wield
12.
it.
Then dagger. Yeah, that misses as well. I'm afraid. Sorry,
Well, the birds got lucky today.
they did get lucky today. Spear sight, you are up. Kavrak on deck.
You're muted, Spearsight.
Carol, I believe it's you.
Yeah, I think Carol's just working out how to unmute herself. Looking at. You all right? Yep.
Sorry.
you're
I
right.
said I was going to attack the one near Morgram with my firebolt
Yep.
again. And I rolled a
Yep.
16, I think it was.
Hits.
And damage is 6.
Nice. So you've birds don't like being set on fire as a general rule of thumb. So this bird is now all of its feathers are smouldering underneath this cloak, and it's screeching. It's going, "You kill us, they kill you." Kavrak, you're up.
Kavrak sniffs the air, liking the smell, and then eyes the bird next to the stairs hungrily.
Mm-hmm.
He then leaps up onto the stairs and readies to bring his great axe down on top of the other bird.
Okay.
Oh, 8.
Misses.
Yeah.
As you come out, you hit the balustrade, and it just gets right in the way of your swing. You thought you'd be further over, but it just holds it. This great axe is sort of stopped just above this bird's head, unfortunately.
Kavrak then just kicks the balustrade in frustration and ends his turn.
Excellent. Phelan, you're up.
I'm going to punch him. With a 23 to hit.
That hits.
That is 6 damage.
This thing's really hurt.
And then bonus action, unarmed strike to punch him again. Oh, 6 to hit. Doesn't hit.
Doesn't hit, no. That one is nearly dead. It's bleeding everywhere. Going, he's in the sewer. He's under the sewer. Under the snake. Can't go back. Can't go back. Morgrim, you're up.
Guys, the birds are talking.
So Morgram is vaguely hearing the references to the snake and remembering seeing pictures of it with his spyglass, but is slightly distracted by the bird in front of him. So he's going to, learning his lesson from, hurting his feet, he's going to just go for an elbow to the elbow to the bird this time around, and crits with his elbow. He's learned that birds don't like elbows, and does 8 damage.
You take out the bird with your elbow.
Note to self: birds don't like elbows.
That one is down. There's one left, and the one left is nearly dead. It's. Yep, go on.
I've got movement and a bonus action.
Yep.
So I'm going to move over next to him and, with my successful elbows, go for a flying elbow strike over the stairs.
You can go around the stairs or over the stairs, either. Go for it.
Again.
How do you take out this final bird in a swinging,
like I said, I'm just
diving
going to
elbow
sprint right at
attack?
it, leap over the stairs if there's a space for the balustrade, through the balustrade, and a flying elbow to the face.
You come flying over the balustrade with your elbow. You've got the hang of this now. You go sliding down the side of the beak and into the neck of this bird and just take it out. This bird goes down. You are out of combat. So you are...
Victory!
So you are on the ground floor of this warehouse. There's tables, chairs tossed across the floor. There's corpses of a dozen men and at least 4 birds sort of lying around. You can see some 4 short swords, rapiers, daggers, all around. If you inspect these bodies, apart from you could collect up to 3 sets of leather armor and short sword, dagger, rapier. If any of those would be any use to anybody, you could collect those. You can also hear. You can hear it from where you're standing now that the battle's gone quiet. You can hear movement from what appears to be underneath the stairs. So sort of back here, there appears to be some kind of room underneath the stairs, and you can hear movement in there.
Did one of those birds say something was tied up in the back room? Should we go check that out?
And something about a
I would
snake.
say I'd like to check it out, but would also like to not die. And we'll go we'll go forward.
Oh wait, I've got a healing potion for you.
We're okay for now. I just want to see what's through this door. If this is where Flume is first.
Okay.
Have you tried troll meat? I hear it works well.
Unfortunately, I haven't got any anymore. Yeah, it's a shame because it works really well. Well, it does according to Morlin, and he's a reliable source of information. So there's a door here. That door appears to be locked.
Does anyone know how to unlock doors?
I have a crowbar.
Maybe me. I've got thieves' tools.
Go for it.
I'll to work out which one to throw.
So for thieves' tools, you could roll sleight of hand.
Nine.
Okay, so you don't break any tools. It doesn't unlock. You think this is quite fiddly. It's an old lock. So what you think you need somebody to hold it steady for you if you're going to try and pick this lock. If somebody will hold it.
Can somebody please hold this lock steady? I will try to pick this lock with.
I will.
Can I throw something else? Or is it sleight of hand again?
Yeah, so you roll with advantage. So sleight of hand again and take the higher roll.
Sleight of hand again. 21.
Yeah. So with the 21, you hold it still. The lock clicks, and this door is unlocked. It's successfully picked.
And is there anything that I can do next, or just?
So this door is now unlocked. If you want to open it, you're welcome to open it.
I'll open it then. Do I have to throw to open it?
No, because you've unlocked it.
I'll open it.
So you open this door, and inside is a man huddled, covered in grime. You can smell the sort of stench of sort of rancid pickled herring, and he appears to be definitely not like anybody else in here. He's unarmored, beautiful clothes, although covered in dirt and grime, and goes, I thank you so much for liberating me from this store closet. I've been here for days. It's been ghastly, I tell you. Thank you so much. No, I'm. They call me Raina. I last saw Flun a number of days ago. It was we got jumped. I have ended up here. Flun they took away. I think when we were together, they may have mistaken Flun for me in terms of the valuable prize. I may or may not have allowed them to continue under that misapprehension.
Very
I
clever.
feel bad for
What
him.
was your name again?
I feel Raina. I think it is probably me that they really wanted. And anyway, so he was here, and then the Zents they kidnapped him, and then we were raided, and he's been taken again. It is a real challenge, I think.
Was taken by Zens or taken by someone else?
We were here. The Zentarim were here. We were raided by someone else.
But wait a minute, how do we know that he's really Raina and that he isn't Flun pretending to be Raina?
Can I roll insight while I'm questioning him?
Yep, you can roll insight.
That'd be a crit. 24.
You think he's absolutely telling the truth. You think that this rich dude let some drunk guy who looks like a rich dude take the fall, and that they both got abducted and they've let the wrong guy take the hit.
Tell me, Reno, why should I not take you to the people who have taken Flum and I do exchange? I mean, I don't care about you. I need Flum. Tell me why I should not do this.
Well, I mean, that is a very good question. My father, the Open Lord of Neverember, Raina Neverember, would largely prefer it if I made it home safely. Obviously, it would become less safe for you in the city. And I'm sure that he would be prepared to reward you well for freeing me from this pickled herring hellhole. I think that, well, they think that when my father was in charge, was the active Open Lord, that he may or may not have taken a rather large amount of gold, and they think they can find it with this artifact. It opens the supposed dragon's hall of the city. I don't think my father's that intelligent, to be quite honest, but apparently that's what everybody else thinks.
Does he actually think that his father has got the this money, or does he actually think that
with the insight, he doesn't know. He is telling you this as something he's heard. He doesn't. If his father's got loads of money stashed away, he doesn't know about it.
I turn to look at the others and say, "What do you think? Do you think we bargain him for gold from father or for Flum and follow this snake that with the telescope to find Flum?"
I mean, bringing him with us does sound a bit like a liability. We might as well get some gold from it.
I look back over my shoulder at Raina and goes, "You are lucky today."
We could send that secret message by flight to his father and demand the gold in exchange for Raina and information about Flum's whereabouts.
If we send the message, then he knows we have him.
Because we're nice people?
We don't need to be nice.
People?
We are nice people?
Got him. We've got him as our bargaining chip.
Oh, I like that. We don't need to be nice. We've got him. I like it.
Okay.
I mean,
sort of pipes down.
I'm happy to take him back. I think that if we send the powerful ex-Lord of Winter a note saying, "We have your son," that might paint a target on us more than if we return him and say, "Look, we found your son. Aren't we nice people?" We are nice people.
While you're talking, you suddenly hear the stamping of boots, and all of these doors fly open, and you are faced with what appears to be the captain of the guard and 12 heavily armed Waterdeep City Watch, who have just run in to find you in a warehouse full of corpses with the with Raina Neverember in your clutches.
So
I wave cheerily at him
that's-
and I point to my badge.
One
And
step
that's
ahead
where
of
we'll leave it this week. And we'll start
can
next
take 'em.
week. So, yeah, you can take them.
Roll the dice, see the fate. Monsters lurking at the gate. Heroes rise in the night. Doctors wielding magic might.